Hello, it's me, Melissa Landis of Elevate Palm Beach, taking your team to next level performance. This is my first video in a series of videos that I'm calling Resource Review. And what it's going to be is a review of each one of my books or tools that I use throughout my program so you can get more familiar with what I do and some of the resources that you yourself can go out and look up and read and associate into your own life as well. So the first one I'm going to do is a book that I read just in the past year, and it has become an instant favorite of mine. I think I read it in about 5 or 6 hours. I couldn't put it down, and it's not written like a usual self-help book or a business book. It was written, it was fictionalized to make it, I guess, more able to consume and to understand the concepts a little bit more in the book. And it's called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Peter Lencioni. And I love this book for several different reasons. And I use this book in the very beginning of any program I do because it builds a nice foundation for things to build off of and things to reference back later in the program. So it allows me to also break down into steps. First step is trust. So I will show you the little pyramid he has back here. Let's see if you can see it. It's not too, there we go, it's a little better. But so as you can see on the bottom there is trust, then conflict, commitment, accountability, and results. And he kind of goes over the different things that stand in our way of what makes a really good team. So absence of trust is one of the first dysfunctions, and I think it's the foundation. If we can jump the hurdle of building trust, I think everything else kind of lines up and helps with that, because when you build trust, you also build respect, and when you build respect, you're able to handle conflict a little bit more. You're able to get people to commit and be accountable and be results focused. So that's a little bit about his pyramid. I go into it obviously in a lot more detail in some of the programming I do, but it allows for people to get to build a common language, and that's another thing I think people really need when they start doing team building programs or starting to want to fix what's happening in their team. And it also creates a starting point for building expectations as well, which is also one of the first tools that I do or use when working with a new team. One of the other things that it has in this book in the back, after you're finished reading it, it has like a little understanding and overcoming the 5 dysfunctions. So it goes through every single one of the dysfunctions and what it may look like, and ways that you can kind of overcome that within your team. But the thing that I don't think people really focus on this book, that I think is super important, is that the main character in this book is a natural facilitator. She came in, she knew how to analyze the team, she just stepped back and observed, and then she started building a program, getting people to come together. She knew when to interject and when to stand back and let people work on their own things. So she understood team dynamics, and she understood where to implement herself and where to pull back. And I think facilitation skills are super important, and I believe everybody should be learning how to be a really good facilitator. I developed a program called Beyond Leading, a facilitator's guide that I offer through one of my programs. So I offer 3, 6, or 12-month contracts, and through those, there are extended periods of time, because change doesn't happen overnight. And I'm not really a proponent for one-time team building events. I don't think that they work. I don't think that they're long-lasting. So what I do is a little bit of what the main character does in here is I come in and I observe for a bit and see what's happening within the team, where are some of the pitfalls and things that we need to work on, and then I develop a plan of action. And that includes a series of trainings and workshops, team building experiences, because it's a step-by-step process. We have to build on one theory after another to get to a point where we can all kind of be rowing in the same direction, be on the same page, and be successful as a team, and therefore the business and bottom line. So Five Dysfunctions of a Team, probably one of my favorite books, a foundational book. I reference it early on day one, on everything I do, by Peter Lencioni. I recommend it. I have not read his other books. He has other books as well, but I plan on doing that soon, so hopefully you'll see another review of another one of Peter Lencioni's books. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.